So how are you feeling? John Riggs here, and I love checking out new and obscure systems, and when GearBest reached out to me saying, hey, we got something that we think you're going to like, and it came to me, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, imagine, if you will, use your imagination, say there's a high schooler, like a high school kid, and you ask them to design for you the ultimate handheld game system. You got that picture in your mind? Does it look anything like that? Because that's exactly what this is, or what it could be. This is the JXD S192K is the serial number. I don't know if it has an actual name for it. Maybe it's called the Singularity. But this is from JXD, and again, big thanks to GearBest for letting me check this out for a while. You can see the stats there. Card port, there's like a USB little card there. Mini HDMI, so you can plug it into your TV. And this is, we can call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. It's an Android. It's an Android tablet that has a controller adapter built into it. I got a little note from Patreon about my buddy Barnacles. There you go. I can do more than that too. It can do YouTube pre-built in. But when you see something like this, you're like, man, it's all about the games. And I'll be honest with you, the plastic, this is actually a pretty stiff beast here. The plastic is really good. I think these analogs feel fine. These buttons are great. It has the triggers and everything on the back. It feels like it's pretty good. It's actually, I'll be honest with it, I wish this is kind of how the controller setup looked for me for my Switch. I'd be okay with that. With both analogs here, the D-pad over here, there's a D-pad, let's call it that. But when it's like, you have something like this, it's for the games, right? You don't buy something like this just for YouTube. So Happy Chick is your games, basically. You can download the games for various systems. There's Nintendo 64, Super Famicom, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, MAME as well, PlayStation as well, Dreamcast as well. It has pre-built-in emulators. However, if you don't like the emulators, because it is an Android-based machine, you can go to the Google Play Store, download your own emulator. But I wanted to use the ones that I already came with. And that's when I started having issues. Now I downloaded Nemo. Nemo is like Little Nemo the Dream Master, but there's an arcade version of it. I hit play, and it crashes. Doesn't even do anything. Okay, fine. Super Mario 64. Let's play some Nintendo 64 on this thing. Single player, absolutely. Unfortunately, Happy Chick has stopped. So I'm about half and half. I'm about 50-50 on which games work, which games don't. But then we go back and... there's a back button here. Let's go back and try Super Mario World. All right, Super Mario World, single player. Looks like it just boots up just fine, right? Here we go. Super Mario World. Looks good to me. Looks like 100% speed, Looks fine. But let me show you something on this. So I'm going to go to this one right here. The button response, there's a slight lag. Now, maybe not everybody recognizes the lag, but I do. Especially when it comes to games like Parappa the Rapper. When it comes to games that use precise detail, like a shmup. You don't want to, you have to be on your toes at all times. But when you hit the button, you can hear when I tap the button and then when he jumps. There's a slight delay. You see that? 1, 2, 3. How about this? 1, 2, 3. It's so slight, but I notice it. Here, I'll even slow it. Here's regular speed. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to zoom it in. I'm going to do the slow motion here. 1, 2, 3. See that? So that's a little concerning as well for a system like this, because this system is not cheap. Is it worth it? I wouldn't think so. But I did review a while back the GPD XD, that one that looks like the DS that closes and everything. That thing I love. I absolutely recommend one of those, and one of those can do all these things and for a fraction of the price. This thing looks cool. Has a camera. The camera doesn't do video, but it does take pictures. This thing can do a lot as an Android tablet, because it's an Android tablet. But when it comes to emulating video games, it could do a lot better. Now again, like I said, you can go to the Play Store and download better emulators. And for something like this, I would recommend doing that. I didn't, because I wanted to see how it would work out of box without having to download any new emulators. You can still download emulators, and the apps, seem to work just fine. I got a couple of them here. My daughter was playing some of the games yesterday. But I think I'm just going to give this to my daughter so she can have a device for watching YouTube, or for playing her games on her apps, for playing games off the App Store or the Play Store, because it's an Android tablet. It has the controllers. It has the controllers. I want to play games on this thing. But the games, man, I tried, and not to my favor. So this thing, I'm sure, is wonderful for an Android tablet. It's a little pricey for an Android tablet, but still, man, I can't get over how cool this looks. I gotta give it to that. Unfortunately, looks cool and operates good are two different things. And the fact that, I mean, it's really sturdy plastic. It seems great, seems heavy, but then I see things like this little bubbling in the corner. That's new. Like the screen's kind of coming off a little bit. Man, I don't know. So anyway, if you're like, never mind the stuff I'm talking about, you still want one of these, please, I do have a link in the description below on where you can find yours. Again, thank you GearBest for letting me check this out. I think it can do a lot of things well, but for the things I needed to do, unfortunately, it's a good thing I still have my GPD XD, which I also got from GearBest. And check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. I got the card up in the corner and link it at the end of the video here. But thank you all the same for checking this out. This is the JXD S192K, and you gotta make sure there's a K at the end of it. I've heard there's a separate model without the K that maybe can do even less. So, I don't know. Till next video, take care. Thanks for watching. Love you, me.